they're not going to be able to probably top that magic, that
Yeah.
kind of phenomenon of the first one. So they're going like a bonkers direction. And, I think I'm with you when, when I say that I don't really think they needed to crank out another one. It seems like it's very money driven at this point. But if they're going to do the music thing, I just hope that it's in the more natural way, I don't know, like I guess La La Land, where the songs are kind of more peppered in and it's more story driven, not like Grease or some bullshit like that, more like A Star Is Born, where there's music integrated into it, but it's not a musical the way that fucking West Side Story is or something. You know what I mean?
I agree.
We finally get the first synopsis for George Miller's upcoming Furiosa prequel film, and I wrote the entire thing. If you don't mind me reading it.
Yeah, I didn't read it. I didn't see it. Didn't read it. So yeah.
Okay.
What do you got?
All right. As the world fell, young Furiosa is snatched from the green place of many mothers and falls into the hands of a great biker horde led by the warlord Dementis. Sweeping through the wasteland, they come across the citadel presided over by the Immortan Joe, of course. While the two tyrants war for dominance, Furiosa must survive many trials as she puts together the means to find her way home. Rumor has it Chris Hemsworth might be playing the part of warlord Dementis. Thoughts on this?
Super stoked.
Yeah, I mean, they got Anya Taylor-Joy playing the young Furiosa, and just, for the most part, besides New Mutants, she's done incredible work. Still got to throw that out there.
New Mutants was such dog shit.
Yeah, I don't think it was her fault. It was just a...
It was a mess to begin with, and then the whole shuffle between 20th Century Fox and Disney dumping it at the worst possible time.
They knew
did it no favors.
Yeah, they knew that it was poo-poo, dude. There's no way. There's no way they sat on that movie for what, 4 years?
Yeah, right. It was. Yeah, I just remember sitting in on it for a little bit when it got released, and I was doing some work at the theaters and sat in on it for about 40 minutes and was like, God, this is awful. I can see why they just like threw it out.
Especially, I wanted to like it so bad, and even me, I was just like, this is the final XMen movie? Really? Oh man. All right, in my closing piece for pop culture news, since we're talking about Harrison Ford and Blade Runner, I thought this would be fitting. After Harrison Ford recently hinted that Indiana Jones 5 will be his last film, composer John Williams is following suit with the contemplation of retiring himself.
Well, I mean, both of them are up there. I think Williams, we talked about his birthday. Was that his 90th birthday?
Yes.
A few months ago, maybe February-ish. Like, dude's been working forever, turning out great, iconic pieces of music. He deserves to retire and enjoy what life he has left, which, unfortunately, at his age, might not be much. So I am bummed that I'll no longer get to hear a John Williams score, but dude deserves retirement. The work that he's done puts him on, the upper tier of great film composers, period.
But I mean, even if he retires from creating new work, he could always go out on tour or play shows, so there'll be, there's possibilities to see him do something in the medium,
True. I want him to enjoy the rest of his life.
Of course, he deserves it. What a prolific, if that's even he's extraordinary work, portfolio. Amazing.
Yeah. When we talked about him around his birthday, I told you, like, Star Wars and his work with Spielberg alone are going to be etched on his tombstone. Not to mention all the other great film scores that he's done.
Yeah, like whenever we get to when the world is obliterated and then people come down, or aliens or whoever comes down, that's, they're going to know who John Williams is.
Yeah. And Ford is 80-ish.
He's definitely, I know in the interview with John, he said that Ford is a great deal younger than him.
Born in 42, July 13, 1942. He will be turning 80 this year.
Oh, wow. A milestone.
Yeah. In a couple of weeks, he'll be 80 years old. So it's time for him to just kind of chill and relax.
Honestly, dude, I just really, really hope that this Indiana Jones isn't as bad as the Kingdom of Crystal Skull.
Oh, you know what? I forced myself to rewatch it last year, and God, it's so awful. And it always bugs me that they had to ruin what was a perfect trilogy, which ends perfectly at the end of The Last Crusade, by coming back for another one. And they're saying, "Oh, well, we took a long time to make it because we were waiting for, the right script, or, for things to work out perfectly." And it's like, wow, you guys waited for that shit? Because it's so fucking bad. Someone connected with this podcast seems to really like it, but he is so wrong on that.
You can call him out if you want.
CJ, you're wrong, bro. Crystal Skull is dog shit, dude.
But yeah, so hopefully he can. If Harrison does really hang up his hat, it's on a good note. Don't pull a Gene Hackman there. All right.
Exactly. And if you really wanted to retire at the right time, you should have retired after 2049. But.
And now it's time for the weekly recommendations.
I meant to ask you if you would check this out, and I forgot. First recommendation I have is We Own This City on HBO.
Yes, I have. I'm not caught up, but I've seen a few episodes. Yes,
it's great, and Bernthal is so goddamn good in it. So shout that out. It's from David Simon, who I always mention because he's the creator of The Wire. Also did Treme, did The Deuce, did Generation Kill, great miniseries. Plot Against America, which I think I recommended a year or two ago whenever it aired. So fucking good. And John Bernthal is phenomenal in We Own This City, which is based on a true police corruption scandal in Baltimore in the late 2000s. Kind of comes to a head in 2017. So let me know what you think when you finish the rest of it, dude.
Yeah, of course I will.
You liking it so far, though?
Yeah. I didn't know it was from the creator of The Wire, but that makes total sense. That's it, because it feels like ultra realistic,
Here's a hint. It takes place in Baltimore. David Simon was a crime reporter for the Baltimore Sun for many, many years. And then he wrote a book about his experience on the crime beat called Homicide, which was turned into the TV show. And then obviously, that's why like The Wire and Homicide and this feels so authentic. It's because he knows what he's talking about. And his writing partner is an ex-cop.
Ah, okay.
So that's why all that shit is always real authentic. But I highly recommend any of his work. Right now, I'm recommending We Own This City. It's great. And again, Bernthal, he's going to pick up some awards come the award season. I can guarantee you that. My next one, I just rewatched this last weekend, Chinatown.
Oh, with Nicholson, right?
With Jack Nicholson, Faye Dunaway, and John Huston. Great film, fantastic performances. I don't want to give away too much of the plot. A, the plot is kind of complicated, but B, the script for the movie is so expertly written. It's like one of the all-time great screenplays. Nicholson's a private eye in pre-World War II Los Angeles, gets hired on a case. Turns out to be a lot more complicated than what he's originally hired for, which he thinks is a simple job. Fantastic movie. Is directed by Roman Polanski. Don't let that sway you. He's a piece of shit, but he did direct 2 stone cold masterpieces with Rosemary's Baby and Chinatown. So definitely watch Chinatown. It's great. Do not watch the Chinatown sequel. Do you know that there's a sequel?
No, I didn't even know that.
There's a sequel called The Two Jakes. It's a fucking mess. Don't waste your time with it. Just stick with Chinatown. It's, as far as I'm concerned, it's a perfect film. And Nicholson rules in it.
All right, so We Own This City and Chinatown, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay.
Highly recommend both of those.
So my recommendation, Life as a House. Have you seen that one?
Is that with Kevin Kline?
Yes.
I don't think so. I remember pieces and parts of it, like from the projection booth, but I don't think I've sat down and watched the entire thing. It's like Kevin Kline and Joan Allen and like Hayden Christensen before he was in the Star Wars movies.
Yes.
I don't think I've seen that all the way.
All right. Well, anyway, this is a movie that I used to watch a lot when I was, younger, of course. It came out in 2001, and it tells a story of a father who, after discovering he has terminal cancer, decides to rebuild his relationship with his estranged son by rebuilding his home from the ground up. I've always found this to be a gripping and fun movie about self-discovery and redemption. And Kevin Kline is so fucking good in this movie.
All right. I believe you, man. Kevin Kline's a good actor. I wish he'd pop up in more stuff.
He is now, I think, 80 or 81, if you can believe that.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, that's nuts.
Yeah. I was looking it up today because I was like, I wonder what he's been up to, and then I saw his age, and I was, God damn, that's crazy.
Well, I'll check out the movie.
Yeah.
And speaking of Kevin Kline, check out Silverado because he's awesome in it.
Oh yeah, yes. Also, Jenna Malone. I don't know if you threw out that name. Is in this one as well.
No, I only remembered Joan Allen and Hayden Christensen being in it.
And Kristen Scott Thomas is his ex-wife. Kevin Kline.
Oh, so it's not Joan Allen? I thought it was Joan Allen.
No.
Oh, my mistake.
Yeah.
Kristen Scott Thomas. Okay. My mistake. I apologize.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And now for the movie focus of the week.
Summer of Sci-Fi kickoff.
Summer of Sci-Fi kicks off with a great one. One of the all-timers.
Which is, of course, the original Blade Runner. Before we get into this, did you watch? Is it the final cut that you watched?
Yes, that's what I have on Blu-ray.
Okay.
I used to have the director's cut, but I think kind of like with some movies now, the only version that you can get easily is the final cut. Although I think maybe if you rent it like digitally or something, you can have your pick.
Because while doing my research, I had heard that there was some kind of, maybe it's a box set that, where it's obviously the final cut, but you can watch all of the different cuts simultaneously within that version, I guess.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Like have like a split screen, basically.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's cool. I'd kind of like, because I don't remember, there's not a whole lot of differences between the director's cut and the final cut. Like there is a huge difference, and we'll get into that when we talk about the film. There's a huge difference between the theatrical cut and the director's cut. So did you watch the final cut in prep for the show?
Yes.
What was the version that you saw?
The final cut.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure that we watched the same version, even though I'm sure we're going to talk about some big differences. But I just wanted to make sure we were on the same path as far as that.
Yes. Yes.
Cool.
yeah, and like I said, I don't